Welcome back. Um, After starting in the most LRC way possible, here we are for season 8. And when I was just about to say, as in 2020, we start here in the mountains of Austria, in the Red Bull Ring. As now already we get our lap times on the board, as I just missed a couple minutes. And the fastest so far is Nadewell in the Red Bull. And well, we also want to introduce two new faces in LRC. One being where is he? Yeah, as Zotic in the Williams, and Hypez Wolves as well. I think Zotic is a full-time driver, so we'll welcome him to LRC. And for Hypez Wolves, I don't know if he's a reserve or full-time driver. Either way, we'll welcome him in as well. So let's just well, get the map up since I was a bit delayed. I'll probably be off for a little while, so that's why you saw the text on your screen. I set it up because I thought I was gonna go earlier, but nah. But we'll see when I leave. Hopefully not during the race. Not following along with qualifying as well, such as well. Hang on. Oh, someone's gone fastest. It's Blazer that's actually gone fastest in McLaren, picking up where he left off in pre-season. Did go fast in qualifying, but then had a really bad quali run in the end. But now let's see who's next across the line. Zotic just coming out to start his outlap, and I think next across the line was Phil Malone. Yes, it was, and he goes 11th. But we know he could do much better than that, so we have to pick himself up again and start another one. As we have, oh no, Zotic's on a fast lap, sorry, and Leland is on an outlap. So we'll pick up Zotic as we head towards the penultimate corner on the track. Of course, I'm not doing. Again, I was delayed, so I'm not doing a little track lap. He does keep it within the limits. I thought he'll go off. Here he comes. His first lap at LRC puts him 3/10 behind Phil Malone. So let's see if he has more pace in the car, as he will look to improve his results. Meanwhile, we pick up Leland, the Italian. He's on a fast lap. The people not on the track and not on the lap is Balter, Elias, and Mr. Zoxen. So let's see where the Ferrari puts himself as we head towards 9 and 10. Now, hard right-hander. Bit of a shake on the onboard, but I don't think that means much. Here he comes across the line. And 105.8. A very underwhelming time from the Italian. Yeah, we'll see. And he definitely has to do much better than that. Rest of the drivers in the pits. Nadewell and Phil. Is Phil in the... No, he isn't. He's not using his EOS as much, or is he? No, he is. He was on the fast lap, I think. Maybe stayed out and tried to cool down those tires. So here he goes then, 104.4, and improves his time by 2/10. Goes second fastest, and of course I didn't pick up Phil Malone setting his lap. He did set his lap after not having a really good one, but improves that by over a second, and has put himself in P3. Very good lap by the German. Meanwhile, still Blazer that sits top of the table for now, as 1 minute 04.1 to beat, and of course Balto and Mrs. Oxen now, they're out on the track as well. Apart from Elias, so Elias will be the last man to set his first lap of the season. Mrs. Oxen's actually in front of Balta, so he'll be setting his lap first. Was it Alex Trains that went? I'm not so sure. I've got that radio check on the thing forever, so you have to deal with that, unfortunately. I've got to deal with the lap time. I'm not sure if Alex Trains is on a... I can't see the ERS thanks to that. Just put the telemetry up. He's on, yep, I was on a hot lap, so we'll stay on board with him for now. 105 point. He's only 4 thousandths away from his teammate. So it'll be in. So you'll have to improve, and if he improves, then he's guaranteed to go ahead of perhaps for the time being. So here he goes now. Through the section of corners, into sector 3. And now with these hard right-handers to go. Keeps it within the limits and does so by a mile. Here he comes across the lines, improves up to second, almost taking top spot off of Blazer with a 104.18. Good lap. It's not only an improvement to go ahead of perhaps, he's improved by miles compared to his teammate. So now we hop on board with Bolter. He's next across the line. I think Paul Diver, though, it was actually Zotic behind him. He had a moment a bit. Keeps within the limits. Here he comes across the line. He goes ahead of his teammate on a 104.3. Great lap from Bolter. Who's next across the line is Mr. Zoxon. Maybe done another cooldown lap because that's not a very good lap time. Is Elias out? Yes, he is. So wait to anticipate what he will do. Next across the line is Pool Diver from a 106 to a 106. A 1/10 improvement, but still not enough to compete with the big boys up front. There's not any improvements. Loris not an improvement. This has to be said. Zotic's crossed the line. I'm not sure if he improved. Who's next though? He's gonna be Bolter. No, he isn't, because it's actually Phil on an out lap. He's ready to start another lap to try and improve and maybe go for pole. As it's I Like Trains across the line next, but I'm just trying to see who's next to improve. It's actually Coolest next to improve. He's up by 500ths as he crosses sector 3, and he crosses the line with a 104.4. Time's looking very tight on the board so far. As we see who else is next across the line, it's gonna be Elias, and we'll see what he does. At 114, so he has to go again. Of course, that's not his pace at all. Kizzy was actually next to go across the line. Goes 4th fastest ahead of Bolter. So we are seeing a lot of changes in the. Field. So it's very exciting, very competitive as we like it to be. Dodd Penny into the pits. And it's Phil Malone going again. Let's see what he puts up. He improves and goes up into 3rd place, 104.1. And look at the gap between 1st and 3rd. Only 400ths, that is. So it's looking very competitive out there, but we'll have to wait and see what Elias does as he swings around turn 7 there. Or I think it's turn 8, sorry. And here he goes then, through the right-handers. Oh, doesn't keep it in the lines. If he did though, he would have set a 103, which, well, is just too uncompetitive for the grid to handle, but he's gone out of track limit, so Elias is gonna have to go again. But he has to make sure not to do too much of that, or he will start back of the field. So of course we know Elias is fast, but of course just swings in the corners a bit too much. As a Pool Diver crosses the line, don't think he's on an improvement. Blazer looks to be, I think, setting up an out lap. His ERS, by the looks of things, looks to be full. But he is slowing down. That's not doing well for his tyres. I don't know what he's actually doing. There's no one behind him. Yeah, I don't know what he's actually doing. He's actually gone on the gravel now. Part of the gravel at least. And here he goes, but okay, well, that was an interesting strategy by Blazer. I'm not sure what he was planning there, but yeah, I was about to say maybe get a slipstream up front, but don't think that'll put any effect on his lap. I don't know how this game's too unrealistic. But here he goes then. DRS open, and he is underway. So he's looking to improve his lap time away from his nearest competitors. I like trains with Phil for now, of course, because we are waiting to see what Elias can do. So here he goes then, or maybe to give his McLaren teammate a bit of a boost in Lloris, who's down in 10th. Maybe that's why he was waiting a bit. So a bit of team orders going on in McLaren. Well, I say team orders, it's just to help one another. As yeah, he did give a bit of a boost and let him go by. So a nice act by Blaze. Going to head to his teammate in Lloris, the Dutchman, looking to improve on the lap. He sits 10th currently, but I think his target will definitely be to go up as he improves by 4/10, a significant improvement. So I think he'll definitely shoot up the order. As here we go through the right-handers, has to stay within the track, has to stay within the limits, in which he does. And here he comes now across the line with a time of a 1:04.3. So it's put him up the order, but still at least under a 10th from 5th. So I think he still has time to improve on that. But yeah, so that's what Blazer was doing. He was helping. As I say that, Adored Penny has gone ahead of him, and currently to Red Bull 3rd row. Norris in 7th. But yeah, Blazer does sit top of the table for now, and Elias is still in the pits, and with 3 minutes to go, time's ticking for the Bahraini driver. Of course, Tamer isn't here after that titanic battle in Sakir. Very fun to watch. Unfortunately, he isn't here to give Elias a good challenge, but of course, I think the other drivers can give him a good tussle for a few laps or so. But yeah, of course, guy's too hot to handle, unfortunately. As here he is coming out the pits to try and shoot back up the order. So as we await him to go and set a lap time, we're just going to wait and see who's next across the line. Is Adored Penny locking up to try and not speed over the pit lane. Of course, that has no effect in qualifying. As I think right now, behind Zoxon and Jotic, who have not said much about, but he's improved from 15th, or has he stayed there? I think, I'm not sure. Okay, so this is not a fast lap. I think now it is a fast lap. So there he goes across the line. I'm just trying to wait and see who's next across the line. Leland, not so. But Nador, I see him there. I think Nador is on a fast lap, so here he is. Keeps it within the track. Very nicely done. DRS open. Across the line. And P1. Provisional pole for Nadewell. 1:04.0. Almost a 1:03 lap. We did see that being set by Elias, but he went over the track limits. As lots of people crossing the line now, I think, to start their laps. So we've got ourselves a shootout on our hands. And yeah, I think everyone crossing the line for now will be setting their lap times. But now here we are then for the for what will be the deciding moment for each driver here. What laps do they set? Where do they go on the board? Where do they start on the grid? So here's Noxon, first across the line. He's going to be setting a 1:04.6. Now, next across the line is Jotic, goes ahead of Zoxon and improves to 11th. He was 11th, now he's back in 11th. Hyper's Wolves. No, it isn't. Kizzy was next across the line, sorry. Is Elias next across the line? He is about to. I might as well keep on board with him. Let's see if we can keep it within the limits this time. Yes, he does. What lap time is he going to set? A 1:03.3. Also, Blazer has set 1:03, but not enough to topple Elias, as it always is. Always the fastest in the division in LRC, and for now locks down pole position. Can any of the other drivers respond? Here comes Phil Malone, doesn't improve. stays 5th fastest. Actually, Phil, I Like Trains went ahead of Phil. He's now 4th. Zoxon has already set his lap. I think that's Jotic behind him. Loris, he's improving, so he'll be next across the line soon enough. Was that Kizio was also... Kizio is next across the line. Keeps it within the limits just. Here he comes across the line. Where he's going to go? He's put his Haas P4. What about Loris? What does he have under... Actually, P3. Just behind his teammate 103. An exceptionally improved lap by Loris. Very great. Yeah, very great from the Dutchman, from the Dutch driver. But Elias still pole position, and I think it will be confirmed. Yeah, I think no other driver is setting the laps, and that will be that for qualifying. Of course, Elias leaving it late as usual. He went over the limits, which prevented him from saying his lap. But then, as always, comes up in these sessions and turns up as he always does. And that is Elias, your pole sitter for the first race in LRC. Blazer and Loris, very, very well done from them. Blazer, of course, improving on his quality session. And Loris, of course, after that underwhelming lap when Blazer gave him the toe, has shot up straight into 3rd. So, great effort from Loris. And yeah, that's just about everything to say from qualifying. Yeah, good session that, I think, to kick off LRC. So I'll take a picture because I want to ask about it in the drive. I just want to ask about it in the interview soon. Yeah. So the new boys, I might as well mention them. Jotic and what's his name? The Haas driver, Hyper's Wolves, down into 13th and 15th. It's respectful enough. So of course, we have competitive drivers. I think it's fair to say. But yeah, we'll be on a short break and we'll be in for the first race of the season. Right then, well, it looks like I'm driving. No, I'm not. And unfortunately, yeah, this is how the game is. But yeah, we'll see. We'll check the strategies from here then. So, no one's on soft tires. The only hard runners is Elias, Pool Diver, Phil, Trimmer, and Leland. So they're looking to go long. Of course, Trimmer and Leland starting at the back. So they are looking to make up more a lot of positions going on the hard tires. But yeah, Elias also looking to go long. So he's maybe trying to, because of course Blaze and Lloris they're together, starting together. So of course they'll definitely have to be clean and of course offer each other help in order to catch up to Elias. So we'll see what happens then. But yeah, that's the tire strategies. And I'm actually oh no. Right, one sec, let's just get to the oh yeah, I'm on manual. I'm actually holding up the race start myself. Nice, cool. Never change Codemasters. Alright, I'm gonna retire straight off the bat, yeah. Alright, so then, 5 red lights. This is not a good angle, but it is what it is. Off then for the first race of the season. Let me retire from the session real quick and see who's going forward. Elias, as I'm seeing on the minimap, keeps the lead in for now, going into turn 1. Alright, here we are. Has everyone made it through cleanly? Not so. I think there's changes in the field. Kulius is losing positions, as is Trimmershape, as is Leland. But for now, there's no collision, there's no crashes. As Lloris almost took the lead from Elias, went late on the brakes, but he does take the lead as we head into turn 4. Lloris straight ahead of Elias, and he's got the good start on the softer compound tires. Meanwhile, Blazer under pressure from Nadewell on the Red Bull. Blazer will just keep ahead, I think, as we round into these left-handers. They're wheel to wheel. Not really seeing much through. You don't really see much action through there, I think. You don't really see much action through here as well. There's still wheel to wheel is Nadewell and Blazer, but Blazer for now is ahead. And Elias looking for every available opportunity to try and overtake Lloris, but Lloris with a great start already. As we head with the as we are done with the first lap, we're in DRS. We're in the DRS laps now. As we head up into turn 3, Elias will have the DRS, so the overtaking fest starts now then. Will he go for the late move? Pulls alongside Lloris. He's alongside, still alongside. Ahead for now. Bit of contact between them, so already the battle is getting more hot, and I think he'll definitely grow hotter and hotter as the laps go by. Blazer and Lloris getting close together there as well, as Elias is ahead of Lloris, and Lloris has to hope that he doesn't make any errors, or otherwise Elias will pull ahead and make up a great gap. But for now, it's down to 4 tenths, so Lloris is still within DRS range, but he has to hope he doesn't get out of that DRS range, because that is the only saving grace to compete with Elias. As I meanwhile see Nadewell and Blazer still getting close together. Elias actually sets the fastest lap of the race so far on those hard compound tires. Lloris with the DRS and approaching towards Elias. Is gonna make the late move. No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it, and still stay behind. Maybe we'll make that move going into turn 3. But who has made the move is Blazer. He's ahead of Nadewell, but Nadewell will have DRS going into turn 4. Oh my god, there's a bit of lag. Elias alongside Lloris. Actually, no, it was Lloris alongside Elias. He has taken the late move. Is ahead for now, but for how much longer? Elias ahead now into these corners, but Lloris has jumped ahead of him as well. So already fascinating racing happening within the first couple of laps. Meanwhile, Majotic has made up a move on Zox, and the new boy already trying to gain places. As we head into lap 4. Sorry for the water break. Phil Malone has set the fastest lap. As now the drivers are close together, and Blazer and Elias, it's under pressure from Blazer. Could be a McLaren 1-2 here for the time being. Elias pulls to the inside. No, Blazer pulls to the outside. Blazer to the inside. I think there's a bit of contact, and Kizio actually all the way at the back of Nadewell. But look ahead, it's 3 wide going into turn 4. Is this going to end well? And the McLarens find themselves alongside with contact. Lloris actually ahead. I think that was contact. Saw a bit of debris come off, and oh wow, Elias under pressure from Blazer once again, but he has stayed ahead of the McLaren driver. Nadewell's also very close to him. Elias with the straight line speed pulls ahead of Lloris. There's not much overtaking happening there, but with I think Elias definitely used a bit of ERS. He's constructed himself a miniature gap, but that gap probably won't be enough, as Blazer also getting a bit shaky coming out of turn 1. As we now dive down to turn 3, Lloris with the late move. He saw the gap, he saw the opportunity. Elias stays ahead. Meanwhile, perhaps and Phil having a right go. He's battling with the Saubers. Is the Aston Martin? Is the German? As yellow flag. It's down in turn 3. Something's happened. Meanwhile, Elias with the late move, wheel to wheel with Lloris. They make contact yet again. But Lloris taking the fight to the Sakiri driver, and just is behind him for now. I said the DRS is the only saving grace to compete with Lloris, but I was completely wrong with Elias. But I was completely wrong. Lloris putting up a real good fight, bringing a real good fight to the Sakiri, to the Ferrari driver. As lap 6, and God. Well then, as I come back, Loris is in the pits, and well, the order's actually changed since I was gone a bit. Plays it all the way down to 11th. I'm honestly not sure what happened. I don't know if the chat was keeping track of it, but if anyone can tell me, please do, because I'm actually very interested. Because honestly, Blazov, of course, was the nearest competitor to Elias, but has now fallen down the field. I'm not sure if he actually pitted or something, but he's actually flying alongside another driver in Leland. Let's just check now. And the pit stops me had like an accident or something. Oh, Blazer did pit in lap 15. Okay, so he did. Okay, he did pit. Okay, that's why it was just so down the order. But yeah, that's actually also put Phil Malone ahead of the McLaren of Lloris. Well, it's a good time to check the stops, I guess. That's the timing. That's the depth. Detail, here it is. Oh, I'll not put this on. Right. So yeah, Phil and Elias currently hasn't stopped. Lloris and Blazer has stopped, but the only drivers who have not stopped, of course, is Elias, Phil, Paul, Lennon, and Trimmer. So of course, that's why the order's been a bit shifted a bit, but honestly, well, we'll see. But here he is, alongside Paul Diver, bit of contact, and that's found him under pressure from I Like Trains, and perhaps who have stopped. It's almost 3 wide. It is 3 wide. Gets sandwiched a bit. I don't know if that's causing any damage. Oh, but what it has caused is a close fight between Blazer, I Like Trains perhaps, and Paul Diver. Paul Diver, of course, just a bit behind, but he's caught right back up with them. As Blazer, who's endured so much contact over the course of this race, he still finds himself ahead. But perhaps, and I Like Trains, the two Salvers also going wheel to wheel, perhaps pulling in front of perhaps fights back, but still stays ahead. I think I said I Like Trains stays ahead. Nope, it's definitely perhaps who stayed ahead. As Lennon picks up a time penalty, and I think as did Bolter also picked up a time penalty. But as for now, Elias has a healthy lead in front, but is only. Well, let's just check. As Blazer also picks up a penalty, as actually finds himself behind the Saubers and now behind Pool Diver. But now that 3-second penalty, if it can get back up into the front, that's gonna change the result. That's gonna change the results of this race big time. I don't know what I wanted to check. The gap to leader. Lloris is only 15 seconds. I think it is around 20 seconds of a pit loss I think it's 20 seconds loss of time when you're in the pits. So Lloris currently has an undercar advantage. And speaking of, here is Elias in the pits. Didn't see him, but Lloris I think should pull ahead. But as he did pull ahead, Lloris Elias crossed the pit. Ooh, thought he collided with the barriers there, but he's obviously not out of the race. If he was, then if he did, then he would be out of the race. But he finds himself under pressure from Kvyatbona. But will Elias just be too hot to handle for the Haas driver? We'll have to wait and see. He has also stopped actually, so he actually finds himself P3. So that's very impressive. I actually didn't know. I didn't mention much of him, but this is actually a very great result for the Haas driver. Let's just tune it back to the interval, and we check the positions. So the positions gained. Kvyatbona from 6th now finds himself in 3rd, and Elias is pulling away from him. But you'll have the DRS range going into turns 1 and 3. So here he is with DRS, and while Elias. While Kvyatbona was trying to focus on Elias is trying to focus on Lloris and try and make up that gap of 2 seconds, which for now is doing quite nicely. And I Like Trains sets himself the fastest lap of the race. As Blazer's fallen behind him, I think everyone has made their stop bar Phil Malone. So already the gap up in front is already 1.6. Kvyatbona trying his best to keep up with Elias, but it's looking likely that Elias will definitely stay ahead. That's 1.4 seconds now, so Lloris will have to be looking out for Elias soon enough. I think by when we head out of turn 1, Elias will definitely be right up with him, as Phil Malone in his battle for the podium places picks himself up a penalty. Has he stopped is the question. I can't remember how to do this either. Yes, he has stopped. So in his bid for, well, I said podium, but Nadal is 3 seconds ahead, and he's 2.4 seconds behind Phil. Now finds himself under pressure from I Like Trains, perhaps, and Blazer. But Blazer also has the penalty, as does I Like Trains. So perhaps is the bigger winner in this battle, if he can keep it in within the lines, of course. As Elias, from 2 seconds back in a lap ago, now finds himself ahead of Lloris, and well, we're gonna see another tale of this battle go along. But actually, no, Blazer was of course the closest competitor, and now it's up to Lloris to try and nab the win away from Elias. So we still have this close fight. Of course, perhaps staying behind. I mean, there's still a lot of laps to go, but he can still sit comfy behind these guys, and of course shoot all the way up into fifth position. As here we have Elias and Lloris. Let's see how they will fight it out this time. Perhaps goes ahead of Blazer. I Like Trains ahead of Phil, but will Lloris get ahead of Elias? No, he won't. Doesn't have an opportunity presented to him. So we have to try and keep within DRS range of Elias. Honestly, not sure what happened to Blazer. He's all the way down the field now, because of course I don't know if he stopped really early and that's just not worked out for him. Maybe he's had an error or something. We'll obviously ask him what's happened in the driver interviews. As Lloris picks up DRS coming out of turn 1, and will put Elias under pressure. Let's just check the DRS. Of course, he has the stronger ERS advantage, but he's definitely saving some of it. But here he goes, turn 3. Had the dive bomb opportunity presented to him, but he did not take it. But here he is now, Lloris, ahead of Elias, and yep, up into the lead of this race. Elias is still going to stick close with him though, as we swing into 6 and 7. Now heading out of 8. Lloris is actually pulling away with the ERS he has, or he has not used some of it yet. But I would have used some of it just to inch ahead. But of course, Elias will still catch up to you even without DRS. But here he goes now, DRS into turn 1. No move happening here, but we'll see what happens at turn 3. Here he goes, DRS once again. As we climb up turn 3, where will Elias put his Ferrari? He'll put it behind Lloris. Maybe he has a response into turn 4. We shall see. With DRS open once again, he's back up to at least a bit of VRS full. Stays behind though. Doesn't make a move, so he stays behind. Will he respond into the into 6 and 7? No, he doesn't. Oh, sorry, let's just keep keep on this as well. But Lloris doing a great job of challenging Elias, exactly what Blazer was doing a few laps earlier. And now here we go, ticking down into lap 26. So we have 10 laps to go of this fight. We'll have to see who is the winner out of this fight, McLaren or Ferrari. The old rivalry being reunited here once again. As Elias will have DRS into turn 4. He's gaining on Lloris. Gaining, and ahead. Covering Lloris's path of doing anything else, and up into P1. Will Lloris have a response in the coming laps? As Blazer scrapping it out with Blazer, and perhaps currently finds himself ahead of the McLaren. But let's see what Blazer does next. As currently this isn't the closest fight on track. It's actually Mr. Zoxon and Hypers. We'll have a look there. I think Zoxon stayed ahead. As that Elias Lloris battle just easing off a bit. But now as we head into turn 2 and 3, Lloris will have that DRS again. And let's see where he puts his McLaren. Here he goes then. No move happening for him just yet. We saw maybe he'll do one in turn 4. So here goes with DRS again. No usage of the battery. He's a bit far to make a move. Does he take the risk? No, he doesn't. He keeps behind the Bahraini driver. As we see that Nadewar and I Like Trains actually getting a bit close together. Not close as in close to contact, just close on track. As Phil Malone behind them just sees what's going on. Sees what's going on with the two guys up front. There's no Elias staying ahead of Lloris when Lloris chose to not overtake him in 3 and 4. But let's see what he does now. So let's check the battery situation of those two. Of course, Elias using his battery quite a bit to attempt to get ahead of Lloris as much, but it's not worked for him because Lloris is ahead and stays ahead. But Elias, did he have a better exit? But he has DRS, so I think it did matter as well. Lloris weaving a bit, trying to distract Elias, but he needs to distract him. But Lloris stays ahead for the time being. Meanwhile, Blazer and perhaps this battle still going on. Perhaps doing a good job of trying to keep Blazer at bay. Of course, with that 5-second penalty, it won't matter as much as if Blazer can make a 5-second gap. But he's now on the outside. He pulled a lot. He found himself alongside perhaps. But still is behind him. Lloris has actually overtaken Elias. I didn't see that. I feel it was on corners like turn 5 or 6 or 7. That's very impressive from the Dutch driver. But Elias will have DRS into turn 3. We go. Any late dives? Yes, it is. It's a quite a late dive. Almost close to contact. Lloris stays ahead for now. What about the corner exit speed? I think Lloris definitely. I think it was a bit equal, but he has DRS. No move from him, so he'll stay behind. A bit late on the brakes, almost right into the back of him. It wasn't really almost, but I say it was almost. It looked almost from when I was watching. Blazer once again having that battle with perhaps he's made a move into turn 4. Great move by him. As yeah, we're almost running down to 5 laps of this race, and it's looking very competitive, very racy. But of course, track limits are a common theme around this track. So both of these drivers have to keep it within, or they might gift the win to said driver. So yeah, you have to be wary of that. Here comes Elias alongside Lloris. Finds himself alongside into turn 3 and exiting turn 3. He's ahead. But Lloris, can he find a response with DRS? Into turn 4 we go. Commits to the outside. But Elias defended well there. And he's ahead. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag. Lennon's gone round. Yeah, Lennon's gone round. Lennon having a classic spin moment there. Now finds himself down in 16th. Yeah, so he's gone round, coming up to turn 10 or turn 11, I think. Yes, no, it's turn 10. Sorry, but coming around turn 10 now is the other Ferrari of Elias, and finds himself ahead of Lloris. Here we go then, lap 31. DRS open for Lloris. We can see him up there. Now over here. No move happening for him. Oh boy. Here we are in turn 3. Here comes Lloris. Straight ahead of Elias. Elias with the switchback. We didn't see this end well between Verstappen and Norris, but it ends well between these guys. As Lloris committing to the inside. Elias on the outside. Who's gonna have the better exit? Lloris. Giving him a good amount of room. It's a great racing between the pair of them. As Jotic, I think, picks up yet another penalty, as did Lelon. Well, I think he had the penalty earlier in the race. Just can't remember things as I usually do. But into 9 and 10 we go, and Lloris finds himself ahead. Can he make himself the first season? Can he make himself the first race winner of season 8, or will Elias pick up where he left off? From pre-season, I think he won the race. Yeah, we'll wait and find out. As here he goes with DRS. Any late dive bombs? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. But he's behind or maybe is he ahead as we head into turn 4. Elias this time on the outside. Lloris still trying to race hard and race fair, but I think by the time we reach turn 6, he is ahead. How much longer though? Still ahead he is, yep, and yep, Elias, sorry, is ahead. But will there be a surprise move from Lloris? I think he was alongside there at one point. But now into 9 and 10 we exited, and we now go down into lap 33. Lloris finding every presentable opportunity to him to try and overtake Elias. But Lloris with the DRS into turn 3 we go. He is alongside the Ferrari, but it wasn't ahead of him. But there's a bit of a switchback. He's got the better exit speed and the DRS to go with it as well. Here we go then in turn 4. Will Elias try and defend this move? He is going to try and defend it. Lloris on the inside, Elias on the outside, and Lloris not ahead though. Elias actually ahead. Lloris wheel to wheel through 6 and 7. There's still wheel to wheel. Elias swings round into 7, coming out of 8, and Elias is ahead, coming into 9 and 10, side by side through turn 9, but Elias just had the better exit. As here we go into turn 1, almost making a move into turn 1, very tight to do a confident dive bomb down that corner, but where it isn't too tight to do a confident dive bomb is into turn 3. Will Lloris do that? Yes, he will. Here he goes then alongside alongside Elias once again. But Elias is still ahead, and Lloris now has the DRS and closing up on Elias Izzy. Into turn 4 we go. Elias still remains ahead, but Lloris switches from the outside to the inside. Alongside they go. into turn 6 and 7. And Lloris is actually ahead. Lloris is ahead. Timing, but the laps are running down. Penultimate lap coming up. Lap 35. Here we go then. Elias has just a few more opportunities to try and overtake Lloris, and Lloris just has to try and fend off the Ferrari driver. So here he goes, Elias. He's gonna take no chances, or he actually stays behind. Maybe he's trying to save it for the final lap. But here we go into turn 4. Am I wrong about that fact? It looks like I am. Here he comes alongside Lloris and ahead of Elias, but locks up. And now Lloris is wheel to wheel with the Ferrari driver, but finds himself behind. So then we are close to the final lap of this epic shootout between Elias and both of the McLarens, but Blaze of course fell short in the end as he's fighting with the Saubers now. But here we go then, as we approach the final lap of this race. It has been yet another great battle, as I commentated, as Austria always gives us. Bahrain and Austria, quite possibly one of the best tracks for racing in this series. But here we go then. It's now or never for both of these guys, as Lloris, with no DRS, for some reason, has the DRS but didn't use it, has 100% battery, so maybe down to turn 4 he's going to use his battery. Yes, he is. He's gonna have to try with all his might to get ahead by the time they reach turn 4. Here comes Lloris. Elias trying to defend that move. They're not coming close to contact. This is clean racing we're seeing in LRC, as we always love to see. Elias, oh, there's contact. Just as I say, there's contact. But Lloris still in this battle. He's ahead. He's ahead by the time we reach turn 9 and 10. I don't think Elias can respond anymore. Nope, the final opportunity has fallen to Lloris. Here he comes. Is it a photo finish? No, it isn't. It was close. But Lloris, your first race winner of season 7. I Like Trains. Film along with the Pens. And I Like Trains stays 6th. Perhaps and Blazer, they're fighting it out, but that won't matter. Perhaps, anyways, if he was behind him, he still would have jumped ahead. Perhaps 16 seconds behind his Sauber teammate. Don't know what's happened there. But yeah, he is in P7. Coolest P10. Pool Diver and Hypers Wolves. Hypers Wolves with a respectful 12th finish on his LRC debut. And Chimashev next across the line in 13th. And well, yeah, every other driver will come across the line in their respectable positions. And well, what a fight! What a fight we have witnessed in Austria, and a very good first race to kick off the season. Chimashev, the driver of the day in the game. We'll see what happened in the actual poll. But yeah, Lloris with a surprise victory. Obviously not surprised to tell he got lucky, but he did really, really well. Of course, honestly, it was hard to see like who was going to be Elias's near competitors. When I saw Tama wasn't racing full time, I was like, well, let's see who else takes the competition. And well, Lloris has done really well. Really, really well, and takes the win in the end ahead of the Bahraini driver. So Elias has got challenge on his hands, and maybe, just maybe, this will be a start of a very great championship fight. As well, that fastest time speaks for itself how fast he really is. But Lloris in the end wins over Elias. Pizio with an impressive third. Nadewell up into 4th. Before this screen goes, I might as well take a picture. Yep. And yeah, Blazer of course started front row, picked himself up a penalty, and Of course, I was gone for a bit, so I didn't see what happened. But yeah, he's fallen short in the end, so not up there with the big guys. But yeah, rest of the results, as you saw, was on your screen. And now we take another short break for the driver interviews. I'm sorry, I do not know where these alt keys are. I don't really, try not to swear. Don't really give a crap. Okay, yeah. Not much interviewees. Not sure that the new guys are in here, but or in. Oh, this is I like trains. Okay, that's I don't know why he switched his name for, but no, it was I like that's I like trains in there. No one's sending in clips for now. But yeah, we'll just go on with the driver interviews, I guess, and hopefully some people sending clips. So then, first up is your race winner in lorries. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Well then, congratulations on the race win.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, yeah, very insane battle. Of course, Blazer took the fight to him, but I'm not really sure what happened. I didn't see it. But still, though, you took the battle to Elias, and in the end, you came out on top. How was it from your side?
Yeah, I don't know. I managed to do that. So because I know he was faster, but I just had to use the slipstream and the DRS and the ERS very smartly, and then I just managed to stay within DRS and be able to fight, which somehow worked. So I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I knew like in the beginning of the race I want to get Blazer into P2, but it didn't really work out, and then yeah, he couldn't back up Lamano, so that was a bit unfortunate, but well, at least I managed to undercut him, so that helped a bit.
yeah. You've also had a good quality session as well, no doubt about it. Of course, when Blazer gave you the toy, you didn't make much of it, but then you definitely fought back and got a good result. And I think in the end, that definitely had you in the race for the win, and it helped out a lot today.
Yeah, thankfully it helped a lot.
Yeah. But well, yeah, yeah. That's all from me. No one else commentated with me, so yeah, that'll be in the interview. Thank you for coming on, and yeah, once again, congratulations on the win. And
Yeah, thank you as well.
yeah, and we'll see you in Silverstone. Silverstone's next.
Yeah,
All
it'll
right.
be entertaining.
Yep, the home race in McLaren. So hopefully we can bring in some good. We can bring in some good result here.
Yeah, we'll
Oh
try our
yeah,
best
yeah.
once
Okay.
again.
Oh yeah. Once again. Sorry. Sorry. I want to ask another question. I don't usually ask other questions, but obviously with the win and the battle between Elias and yourself, do you see yourself in the running for championship fight?
Uh, Probably not. I don't have consistency, and well, of course, Alias is the upper hand in terms of pace, so it's gonna be quite hard.
Okay.
If I want to beat him, it's like maybe occasionally in a race when I can like
Yeah.
be smart and stuff like that, but otherwise it's very hard.
Yeah, but we'll see how the season pans out. So yeah, yeah. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you. We'll see you for next week in Silverstone.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Bye bye. Well, yeah. Hopefully we do have a championship fight because I'll be very sad. Um, Still no one has sent in a clip. Did my announcement scared them? Fair enough. Okay. Next up on the results is of course the runner up in Elias. Of course, having a very great fight with Loris. So we'll greet him up. Hello?
Alright, hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. So then, beaten, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, all jokes aside though, it was a very entertaining battle between you and Loris. Of course, very clean as well. There was a few moments in contact, but other than that, no driver ran each other off. So yeah, it was very clean and very entertaining to watch. And well, yeah, how was it from your side?
Yeah, I mean, my pace was great today. Like I felt very confident. Um, my arm is quite injured, so maybe that held me back. But I'm not gonna make any excuses. um, but no, yeah, it was good fun. I had fun battling with Loris. It was more annoying than fun because I thought maybe I'd be able to get past and then create a gap when I was on the mediums.
Yeah.
But this track is just not long enough. And I wasn't, and he was just fast as well. So, it was like I'd gain 5/10 and then he just gained it back. So it was impossible to create a gap. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was good battling. Disappointing result at the end, P2,
Yeah.
but at least got fast slap. And I'll take it honestly. It's all right. P2 fast slap. It's okay. I mean, last season went way worse. I mean, I DNF'd last season, or what? No, I
Yeah.
didn't DNF. I got P11. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. Well, I'll definitely take that. That was a good. This is a good start to the season. I'll definitely take that, and I'll move on to next week.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely focus on next week and maybe try and get the win there. But I think still with him being McLaren's home race, maybe Lloris and Blazer will be up for it. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. And yeah, that'll be the end of the interview. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. Thank you for
The
coming on.
the,
And
the fast one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, indeed, yeah, yeah. Thank you for
Nothing much to talk about. It was a good day.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for providing us that fight between Blazer and Lloris, and we'll see you for Silverstone.
Yep, thank you very much. See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
There we go. Someone finally sent the clip in. Never mind. Just feel saying we're waiting. All right. Well, hopefully there's clips. We'll see. So Kiziel, don't think he's on. Nadewell, no, he isn't, unfortunately. But great result for him nonetheless. Nadewell, I just said his name. He's in here. B4. Let's bring him in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. P4 in the end. You've had your fights with you obviously like very close to the leading pack of Blazer, Lloris, and Elias in like the first few stages, but then just fell off, not in a bad way, not respectfully, just
Yeah.
fall behind a bit though. But still, you still achieved a good result. How was it from your side?
It was hard. I'm gonna keep it real. There was a lot of battery management because I don't know why in this track specifically on this game the battery is really bad. So it was more of knowing when to turn off the battery, when to push, when to like put on the battery and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
also the DRS is pretty important. Um and yeah, I managed to keep it on the track and no penalties. Otherwise, that would have changed a lot.
yeah,
And and yeah, it was quite hard, but we managed to pull a good result in the end.
yeah. Indeed, as you say, it is quite difficult to keep yourself on track. Of course, when Elias had his lap deleted, but in the end made up for it in quali. But yeah, finished what he started. Good result, some good fights in the field, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you for Silverstone.
Thank you, man. I'll try to do my best, and
Yep.
I really enjoy the fights in this track. Yeah.
Yeah, as always provides us. Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Up next, we have Phil in P5. Picked himself up a few pens, but I think in the end, Nadewell was no, sorry. Yeah, no, I think he still stayed in the same position he did. Perhaps just fell off a bit. But yeah, we'll get him in. Hello? Hello. P5, started from P8, so you improved some positions from But yeah, you were running P2 for a bit, but I'm not sure if you stopped at that point. You definitely didn't. After that it was just fighting with the Saubers, trying to stay ahead of them, and in the end you did exactly that. So how do you feel about that result?
I feel a lot better about my first stint on the hards. I don't know why I felt much more faster on them. Yeah, but it was one of the. I think I had the most fun ever in one of those races, like in league race scenarios. The bet I was constantly fighting with the other guys for positions, and it was all fair and fair games with each other, with trains, with Nade, with perhaps even with Blazer somehow. Yeah, and because of some guys pitting, of course, a bit earlier because they were on the mediums and I was on the hards. Yeah, a bit of P2 running today. Podium position, maybe if there would have been some luck involved, but I cannot complain about today's position.
Yeah. As you said, yeah, as this track always is fun to race on, and obviously to fight again is a lot of fun. But yeah, great result. Of course, fighting non-stop with the Sabers after making a pit stop, and I did see a couple of snippets when I was shifting along the drivers. Yeah, it was looked great fun out there.
Was really great fun. And like most overtakes were like always double overtakes, not the most interesting because of racecraft. Like expected, Austria is a track where you DRS chicken the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even double overtakes on a straight is not even always that easy. So I would say it was still a really good performance from everyone today, and I'm happy with my pace so far. Let's see if a few, like we had a really good grid today with really fast guys, Kisia, Nade. Maybe if some driver doesn't have time or something or cannot race, I hope I can see a podium position this season.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope for a very competitive season then. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you for Silverstone.
Yeah, I hate this track.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We'll see you though. We'll see you then, though, man. Goodbye.
Yep. But
Gotta kick him. Anyways, how much drivers do you have left? I'm not sure if Era wants an interview. Well, the only way I can know is if he wants to say. But we have 3 drivers left, and I Like Trains was in here but left, so we will be skipping him and going to perhaps. Of course, he didn't have the pens, but didn't make much of an advantage. But we'll bring him in anyways. Hello.
Hello.
P7 in the end. I'm not sure what happened with. I'm not sure what really happened with your first stint. Before I go on the second stint, can you tell me something about that?
I mean, first stint was I was pretty quick, at least at the start. I was able to keep up with the main pack. Had a nice battle with Phil, and I mean, towards the end of the stint, obviously, tires started to fall off. I was battling with Trains and someone else. I think Blazer.
Yeah, Blazer was.
And then I made it my life's mission to not let Blazer pass me. And we pitted, lap whatever. And from the moment I pitted for hards, the only thing I did was fuck with Blazer. So I've been told by lawyers that he was molding the entire time. I could not be more happy about this. Like, we were like on the second straight, like after turn 1. I would have DRS if I were behind him. I would not be fully on the throttle and just turn off ERS, and I would just save ERS the entire race. Just being behind him. He got so mad at some point, like right before the detection point, he just fully went on his brakes, so I didn't get the DRS. It was great. Very nice.
Yeah.
Even
But
still got the position from him at the end. Like,
yeah,
so he didn't even get, although he had a 3-second
yeah.
time penalty. So very nice.
Yeah, still looks like it was a bit of a rattle sesh then from you. But yeah, honestly no. But Blazer was obviously fighting at the front most of the race. Before he just fell down the order. I didn't see what really happened. I was away for a bit.
I think he just fell off. This is what I was
Just-
told, at least.
Okay, but yeah, something happened. That's what happened to him, and yeah, that's how you got ahead of him. Well done,
Yeah.
well done to you then, my friend.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
yeah, that'll be all from me. And we hope to see you in Silverstone.
Hopefully, I should be there.
Yeah, good. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye now. Two left in Balta. Blazer's not with us, unfortunately. Well, honestly, really would love to hear what happened to him in the end. But wait, I'm just see the clips. Well, more clips, just about. So let's wrap up the interviews real quick. Get to Balta next. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. P9.
Yes.
And to be honest, when I was focusing at least on Loris and Elias and Phil with the Saubers, I think you were definitely in a couple of fights, but I'm not really sure what really went on with your race. So can you tell me what exactly happened with you?
Not a whole lot. It was just sitting in coolest DRS and us like changing position every once in a while
Mm-hmm.
until it disconnected. That's about it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, as I said, not really much happened with you because, well, I was focusing ideally on the front and a bit of the mid back. But yep, still points is points. 2 points to
Yep.
2 points to go into Silverstone. So hope to see you there. That's Aston Martin's home race. So let's see
Yeah,
if you can pick up some good points over there.
hoping for that. Austria is not one of my best tracks, I should say. Definitely one of my weaker ones.
But yeah, so hopefully Silverstone is better for you.
Yeah, I think it should be a bit.
Okay, well, that's the end of the interview. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay. Kulis is also usually with us in the interviews, but on this occasion he's not. But we'll be moving on to our final interview of the day. Adored Penny, who finished down in 14th. So I don't know what's happened with him. We'll ask him. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello. So then, 14th. No points, no points, unfortunately. What happened with your race? I don't really know what happened with your race.
Honestly, it was first of all, I was too careful in turn one. I qualified P12 and I was so careful I went all the way down to P17.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a bad start. And then the DRS, it was all about DRS trains. And the moment me and two other drivers lost DRS and we were battling it out for a solid like 12 laps, we lost like 10 seconds, the cars in front. And then obviously there was no safety cars, right? So I knew my race was cooked at that point. It was basically a DRS train. I couldn't really do much at all. I had no pace. But hopefully Silverstone will be much better.
Yep. Yeah. So not really much. No, just a
Yeah,
bit of
not really much to say. P14 I can't much say for
honestly,
P14.
yeah, exactly right, exactly that. Yeah, so obviously not the way you wanted to start the season, surely.
Not the way I want to start the season. Yeah.
But yeah, let's yeah. Hopefully though, you can go again when we see you at Silverstone.
Yes, I gotta take my revenge, bro. I had to go all out in Silverstone. I need to finish in points.
Yeah.
I need to get top 10.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go in there and like practice throughout the week and try my best. Silverstone should be much better because I don't think there's gonna be much DRS trains in Silverstone compared to Austria. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more proper racing in Silverstone. And hopefully I come back stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully it's raining because I'm pretty good in rain. And hopefully it's raining. If it's raining, then I have a good chance.
Well, let's hope for that then, because obviously
Let's hope for
Silverstone
that.
also is good in the rain. But yeah, we'll be seeing you for then.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yeah, take care and bye bye.
You too. Later.
Bye bye. All right. That's the end of the interviews. I'm not sure if everyone's one. I mean, he is the Ferrari team principal after all. Well, we'll ask him. Buongiorno, Aero. Cool. Guess he doesn't want an interview. All right. Yeah, so that's the end of the interviews. Let's get onto the clips. And well, there's not much, but of course it's Phil as usual with with plenty of clips for us to view. So let's see then. Let's hope it's the windows in frame. Oh, for God's sake, it isn't it? I don't even think the Discord. Oh wait, is it? It's not even full screen. There we go. Right. So then, first clip of the day, me versus a Finnish man. Add an extra end there, will ya? Thank you. So then, from 8. Well, bad good start. I'll just shut up though.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm alive.
Ausgezeichneter Start, gute Arbeit.
Oh, at least, I should have at least said something. Those Discord noises were annoying though, Jesus Christ. But yeah, of course, off the first lap and already in a battle with perhaps. Just mute this. I don't want those Discord noises, man. They're annoying. But yeah, found him perhaps with the better exit in coming out of turn 3, but into turn 4 now. Phil in alongside as that outside line as the outside, and well, he's gonna and uses it quite well. I think he went ahead. Yep, into turn 6, he did exactly that. So great by Phil, who I think in the end did finish ahead of perhaps. So next is Tim Fleisch. We're in a set of course clip. Nice to see this. It's a nice quality as well.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left, clear on the left. There's some light damage on the left of the car.
Oh my word. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not asked to see the rest of the but in classic Casero physics, looks like not fixed for competition as well. Just the car bouncing when you get hit. It's quite annoying if I'm honest. But here is Jotik, the new boy, with a clip of his own. With the highlights as well. No onboard camera from the Serbian. But he's showing us battle with Zoxen. On the inside in turn 6 we go. And now as we exit turn 8, I didn't see the rest of it, but I think he definitely did get ahead of Zoxen. I think I did see it on the timing screens. Yeah, it was a very well done by Jotik, and a sign of things to come hopefully. So here we are with Alec Trains next. Ooh, the last lap of this battle. We'll see what happened. We'll see what happened here then. A bit wide. I didn't like that, and that's how Nade will go ahead of Alec Trains. But here he comes fighting back. Of course, with the penalty, he did finish behind, and well, yeah.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Well, yeah, that's how he finished below Phil. Of course, with the penalty, he had an extra 3 seconds, so that benefited Phil. And yeah, but yeah, if he didn't have the penalties, that would have definitely been yet another epic finish, as it was with Elias and Loris. So then Phil with 2 more clips. Fuck, you know. Yeah, low sound. Oh, this is quality. It's actually quality, actually.
What the?
Oh dear.
What the fuck? He
I was about to say it didn't impact his delta, but then it just came crashing down. So not sure what Hypers was doing. And then Phil had to take evasive action. Well then. Yeah, reminds me of an incident I had in Belgium some seasons ago. From Kimmy. Oof. Yeah, it was very close between the two. So yeah, we'll see what the stewards say about that in a few days' time. Have another clip on lap 10 with I Like Trains, Kizio and Nado up in front, as with the 3 drivers as well. Of the McLarens with Ferrari and Elias.
Jesus Christ almighty. No, I hate this.
All right. So of course, again, as it was in lap 1, found himself alongside I Like Trains. I think the exact same happened, but this time he actually got ahead before we exited out of turn 4. He's up with Kizio, but then, as you heard from his commentary, just got himself a bit wide, but in the end he did. Of course, I Like Trains was still near him, was still alongside him at the time, but in the end got ahead. So yeah, still as much as I can. Well, this will be the last clip for now. Oh, not clips. I actually expected some more from Loris as well, from the front when they were fighting, but unfortunately there isn't. Also, the last lap from his view was actually ahead of Nado on I Like Trains. Got overtaken by both of them at one point. All from there. Both guys overtaking him. Of course, he had no one else in front at the time, so no DRS was for him. They call these two fighting it out on 7 and 8. They go alongside. Yeah, I Like Train just nabbing 4th away from him, but of course.
Yeah, let's go.
But of course, Nado not having any penalties, and yeah, finished P5 after the Titanic battle we had with I Like Train. So very good results, and well, yeah, that will wrap up the clips, and well, we'll just finish the stream after this. Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you, Loris. Thank you so much. But where's but one clip of the lead, please. But yeah, thank you so much for this honest thank you so much for this clip, Loris. I really appreciate. And yeah, we'll wrap up the stream. Well, that was a great first race to kick off the season. I really enjoyed it. There was some very excellent moments and very clean racing, as it always is in LRC, most of the time. If there isn't one, there's a briefing, of course. But yeah, I don't think there's any more to say. Congratulations on Maurice on the win, and yeah, hopefully, maybe a surprise, maybe a championship fight brewing on the hand. We'll just see how the season pans out, and yeah. I've been your commentator today. This has been Austria. Silverstone is up next Sunday. We'll see you then.